Hello, everybody. This is the Getaway podcast with Tony and Sean. I am Tony.
I am Sean.
And we are joined again by our Chicago brethren, our featured special guest who took the week off last week, Jeff Cooks. Jeff, what's going on?
How y'all doing?
Glad to have you back. Jeff is bringing up the rear in our picks, so this week we will go over our picks. He was not able to be involved last week. That was just a week for him to get collected and do some research so that this week, or actually next time we do picks, because the game's already going, he could be better prepared. So it's all good. We're glad to have you back.
So FYI, I did hear the podcast. I know I had 12 correct the last time that I did pick.
And that put you in what?
Qualification. Excuse me, that y'all had
that put you in what place?
That put me in first, I believe it was.
Yeah, but you weren't here, so
absentee.
It's all good.
It's absentee ballot.
Hey, post office moving kind of slow. But no, hey, welcome everybody. Glad to be back. It is Sunday, another football day. Football weekend. All the weekends are football weekends now, with football being back almost everywhere across America. Loving it. Sean, I know your guys weren't in action this week, right? You guys were chilling at home. Chilling at home. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, COVID. I think it went through both teams.
Oh wow.
So both teams got a couple cases of it and shut it down. Son.
Okay. Better safe than sorry.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah. You know, I know our teams aren't doing anything, Jeff, right now, but preparing. And you guys now have an extra couple months to prepare for that shellacking that is to come. I'm just basing off of recent history, and
I know recent history
and way back history, because it's been a few years. It's been a while. But no, definitely glad to see the Big Ten and the Pac-12 following suit with everybody else, it seems like, in the country,
and the MAC
power conferences. Yeah, the MAC.
Hey, right? Can we be more wrong on this show? Like, hey, this is an opinion show. Don't write anything in cement or concrete, whatever you want to in ink. Whew, got it wrong.
Yeah. Go with pencil. No, we didn't think the MAC would come back. We didn't think the MAC would come back. We thought it was a financial deal, but I guess when you miss, first few weeks of the season, you have less. I don't know.
Well, you know what that makes me think? They have more money in their coffers than they want to disclose.
Well, they should, because they play Big Boy every year.
I'm just saying, like, man, they got money.
Save your money.
All that tuition money they got coming.
That too.
My kid's at Bowling Green.
Is he remote? Is he remote or live?
He's on campus.
Okay.
They got he's in a room, in a suite with 3 rooms, and they're usually doubled up in each room, but it's just one per room.
Okay.
So there's social distancing in the room. So they got tuition money.
Oh yeah.
They're getting it.
Oh yeah, everybody's still getting that tuition money.
That's right.
But there was one college team, I forget who it was. They played 3 games against the big boys and then called the season.
Austin Peay. We talked about that on the phone the other day.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's smart.
Straight cash.
So basically what happened was they there were teams, the big boys, once the big boys were coming back and they didn't have their MAC schools that they could rely on, they were kind of searching for some teams to play to fill the non-conference, and Austin Peay raised their hand like, what's up, we'll take it. So they played I want to say it was Central Arkansas, Pitt, and another big school, I can't remember the other one, the third. Got the money, cut the check, son, and they were like, we're done, because they're going to play an FCS schedule in the spring. So basically this was 3 weeks of like spring ball for them, live action.
Okay.
Right, and then they get healthy and they go back and they get going in the spring. They got the check. I would have done it.
Get a little money. Start the year off right.
That's right. Order the uniform, coach.
That's right. 2 uniforms, alternates. We got alternates.
That's right.
So we're gonna review the picks from last week, even though Jeff wasn't involved, just to kind of see where everybody finished up. And we have a new leader. on the board, that'll be Braylon Martin. Braylon Martin was 14. Braylon was almost perfect last week.
What?
Yes, he had 14 out of 15
We
correct.
had the same picks.
No, actually, you had 12.
Okay, how many did you have?
I had 11.
Oh, so you're in third place. You're in third place
so there's
now.
Right. I brought up the rear with our guest from last week, Ronnie.
Well, Jeff didn't have any.
Well, Jeff didn't have any, so Jeff actually, but we're not gonna count that.
You get zeros when you don't show up to school.
That's right. You go to church but can't go to school. What is that?
I'll maintain my 12 picks from first week.
All right. Well, we'll make up for it. So I think we're gonna go ahead and forego on the picks this week because we had some issues. I had to run a very important errand this morning. I had to go get my COVID test.
Yeah, good job.
So I had to get my COVID test this morning. So we missed the early go ahead on the picks. So we're gonna go ahead and forego this week. Jump back in. We'll all get ready for next week. But yeah, I had to do the COVID test this morning.
How'd you like
got a little procedure. You know what, man? I'll tell you what. It was not bad at all.
That's what I told you.
It was not bad at all. I was nervous about it. They said it was worse than the flu test, and I know that flu test had my eyes watering pretty good when I got that done.
I've never had a flu test. Jeff, have you had a flu test before?
I've never had a flu test.
You show up at the doctor, you say, "Doc, I don't feel good." They go, "What?" You go,
"I don't feel good.
You got the flu."
Well, they said flu test. I said, "What we got to do?" They said, "Well, we have to take a swab sample." I said, "Okay, go ahead," and pulled out this long thing.
Yeah.
And I said, "Where's that go?" And they said, "Right up your nose."
Where does that go? That's a good question, though, because if it's going the other side, you need to know these things.
Need to prepare. So she went up. The doctor went up, and I'll tell you what, man, I was and
fighting it, huh?
In like 10 seconds though, it said I had the flu. So. But no, the COVID one, I said, well, I asked the lady, I said, so what do I have to do to prepare? What can I prepare to make this? She's like, just put your head back. We'll count down from 10. And I'm thinking it's 10 seconds. Everybody's like, it's 10 seconds. Man, it was like 5 seconds. She counted down from 10. She counted fast.
Right.
So, and then she pulled it out of my nose and said, is that it? She's like, yep, you're all done. So I was like, oh, I mean, it wasn't bad. And now kids, I can understand where it affect kids.
Right.
It felt like water, when you're in the pool and water gets up your nose and it's burning a little bit. It felt like that. Yeah. But man, it wasn't bad.
It's a minor irritant. It's a minor irritant while they count down from 10. Yeah.
Yep. So got that out of the way.
Mine made my front tooth ache. I could feel one eye watered, and then my left front tooth was like tingling. It's really weird, but it's nothing.
Yeah, that's weird. That's pretty weird.
I'm sharing my experience here with you. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got to do. Educate the people, man. Go do it. Hey, if you're feeling some kind of way about it, go get the test done.
Yeah. Now, she said the saliva is coming. The saliva test will coming at some point.
Yeah.
So, that'll make it easier, for folks that maybe are a little worried about that. But, yeah, I had to do it today. Got a little surgery coming up on Thursday, a little hernia operation.
That Donovan McNabb.
Yeah. So had to get it done 4 days ahead. So we had to do it today. So, yeah, that's what's up.
Well, good luck on the surgery.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
Surgery, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's all good. I got a game to coach on Saturday, so we'll have to rest for a couple days and then get me a cane and be ready to go. They'll be carrying me up and down the sideline like Byron Leftwich.
Stupid.
If you remember that one. That's the inside for the real football fans.
All right.
Man. All right. So let's stay on football, man. Hey, the Stebbins Indians. Get the claps ready.
What? Got the applause.
Ready.
Got the applause.
Go ahead, Sean. Go ahead and set it up right, man.
Indians, right? Jeff, you saw what I said. Hey, we beat them dudes down back in the day, huh? And the Mighty Indians needed this dub to clinch the division championship. And they go out at home and put the beat downs on them. Huh? Dominated. Special teams look good. Offense look good. Defense look good. I love it. Hey, they beat them down like they're supposed to be beat down. Properly beat down. I I would like to say that, usually it's something that catches my eye, like one area or whatever stands out. Man, this was a total team effort. Like,
nice.
They were running the ball. They were throwing the ball. O-line looked good. I haven't shouted out them hog mollies up front all year. I'm shouting them out because they did their job. Defense did great. I mean, special teams, they got a freshman back there returning kicks, man. Ravion something. I should know his name, but he returned a kick for a dub. For a tub. I mean, they were just doing it. Offense, defense, special teams. Yeah. Hey, man, congratulations to the Indians, Coach Boniface, staff, fans, students. We got one more week of regular season.
Troy High School comes to town.
The Trojans of Troy.
The Trojans of Troy come to town.
Come on down here and get this butt whooping. I don't know anybody up there. I'm claiming it. We're going undefeated at the crib, man. Huh? I'm fired up, dog. I'm fired up.
That's good to see, especially after a loss last week, right? Lost last week. That was to Piqua.
And let me tell you something, man. And what I would like to say is, Piqua's really good. This is the proof that they're good is what they did to Tip City. They beat Tip City up pretty bad. It was I think it was 28-3, a similar score. And Tip City is a perennial good team. So that just lets you know how good Piqua is. So, that's just is what it is.
There it is.
So Troy's coming in 2-2, something like that. 2-2 or 3-2. I don't know what it is. I don't care. Gonna get this dub.
Yes.
And then we're gonna go to the playoffs.
And so first conference championship for the Indians since 73, I think is what it said.
Yeah.
Man, it just, you know what? I know we do it every week. We sound like a broken record. Shout out to Coach Bonifay and the staff. Shout out to the boys for just putting their work in preseason, during the season, and really making the best out of a tough situation this year, heading into the playoffs.
Yes.
So
playoffs.
Let's go.
You know what else I saw? I saw a screenshot of one of their best players' grades. My man had all A's. Huh? That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Coach Bonifay, open up the shop so I can order me a league champion T-shirt, man. I think you would have some alum that would like to buy that shirt. I know it's for the team and it's special to the team, but if there's any proceeds that you guys get out of that, man, open it up for the alum so we can throw some money in there and it'll benefit the team. How about that?
Coach Bonifay, reach out to your man Sean Sims from BSN Sports. I'm sure he can have you a shop up on Monday.
Sean Sims,
you're ready to go.
Yeah,
get ready to go going into the playoffs.
Yeah. Put some big sizes on there.
The jerseys too. The jerseys look really nice, man.
Hey,
they do. They look good.
Let me tell you
something. They look good.
I know Jeff Cooks is aching about some of these uniform options that they have. Because when we were in school, he used to.
When we were our senior year, we tried our best to get some options with the uniform.
He wanted to come out in all red so bad.
All red. I wanted us to come out in all red with black shoes, man.
And now
we were ready.
And now he tunes in 30 years later, and he sees that they have a camo option. They have red pants. They have white pants. I believe they have gray pants too. And we had gray with a red jersey and gray with a white jersey.
And a white jersey.
Porthole mesh, Tone. Porthole mesh.
Champion.
You guys look good, Coach Bonifay. You guys look good, according to Cooks. He wants to come back and play, man, so he can get some of them red pants on.
No, I'm good, man. I don't want no more hits. I'm good.
Congratulations, Stebbins.
That ring it down anymore. I'm good.
Get that dub this week and let's build that momentum for the playoffs, man. I'm excited.
That's right. Another local team, the Wayne Warriors, were victorious against Fairmont at home.
Okay.
Close out the home
Calm
season.
down, Jeff. The rivalry's gone. We haven't played them in a long time.
Right. It's years
We're
ago,
over.
Jeff.
I'm good.
I saw his eyes touching a little bit.
Shout out to Cam Fancher, among other things, had I believe it was a 66-yard touchdown run.
Cam.
And it was nice.
Oh, Cam.
It was a nice one.
I got a message.
His dad said, that's that 4.33 speed.
That's what I was going to say. His dad sent me the same message, 4.33.
Yes, sir. Woo. Yes, sir. Hey, and I tell you what, he was running away from him. He was running away from him.
Let me tell you something, man. That kid has his eye on a specific school, and they need to go on and make a call and at least have a talk with him and figure it out, because 4-3-3, you can play anywhere.
Yeah.
Especially with his height. You know, he doesn't have to play quarterback. He played a little wide receiver early on up there at Wayne High School.
Yes, he did.
And my guess is he could probably play on the other side of the ball as well, running a 4-3-3. So
he's got some options.
So Coach Day, make the call, man. I mean, what are we waiting on? Make the call. If Cam goes to, let me tell you something. If Cam goes to that school, I'll root for him. All 4 or whatever, however long he's there, I will root for him.
Sean and I will make sure you have the gear to do it right.
I'm just saying, if Coach, come on, Coach, let's make this happen for the kid. He got another offer last week too, also, just so you know.
Marshall, that's right.
Marshall.
I saw that. I saw that.
That's a good offer. Good offer. Damn.
And then last but not least, the mighty 5th grade Warriors, 5th grade Red, Huber Heights, were victorious over their biggest rival, the Centerville Elks, 28-0.
Oh,
bounce back week after a tough loss, and came out and just got downhill on them.
Good on them.
Dominated them, and the kids, man, they had a lot of fun.
Them kids put barbecue sauce on that elk meat.
Man, listen, hey, now the kids have a chant. They have a chant they like to do.
Okay,
and coach isn't real fond of it.
Coach is old school.
I'm okay with it at practice. I'm just not okay with it when we are walking into the stadium yelling, "What do we eat? Elk meat." Over and over.
Whoa.
Yes.
Hey, walk in. Hey, that's kicking in the door.
Well, kicked in the door, and then when the game was over, what's that?
I said they walked in with it and walked out defending it.
They walked in saying it, and they walked out saying it.
It was shining on the dudes. Like, I love it. I love it.
You know what? The kids had a good time, and the thing that was good about it is they were 0-3. Centerville was 0-2 going into it, so they're 0-3 now.
Yeah, but
they're really not. They're not bad. Like, they've got some kids that can go, and they've got some kids that are hard-nosed up front. We just really dominated them. They've had a tough schedule, and they caught us on a day when our kids were trying to redeem themselves from the week before.
Hungry.
And had a great week of practice. Kids were ready. They were focused. They came in, and I tell you what, they lived in the backfield. It would have been worse. We had a pick 6 on the last drive called back. Late hit to the quarterback, but it was all that. So good week.
All Centerville quarterbacks deserve to be hit late. I'm just saying. Good week. Congratulations. I can't let it go.
It was it was good. It was good. So, man, basketball. We almost have our finals set. Boston's just making it a little bit more difficult to get this final pairing in cement, but our Lakers, I will say our Lakers, because everybody should be a Laker fan. Everybody should be a LeBron fan. Look at that man in year 17.
Yeah.
Sean, did you see him last night?
I saw him.
Did you see him last night?
I saw him.
Did you see him in the fourth quarter, Sean?
I saw him. What I saw the last 2 games was I saw him take their best player and say, you know what, enough. Enough. Now look, I don't know either. I don't know if Mr. Murray was hurt.
Well, he was. There was a little issue last night, but there wasn't an issue 2 games ago.
What? Hey, after being shut down by a dude in his 30s, mid 30s, I'd fake an injury too.
17 years, Sean.
I said fake.
17 years.
17. Hey, that dude.
10 trips to the finals, Sean.
A dude with male pattern baldness shut you down. And I was sitting here on the couch looking at him watching Murray before that game thinking, is he better than Westbrook? Because he gets a bucket whenever he wants. Like, if he wants to get to the hoop, he can get to the hoop. Mid-range, he's clean mid-range, and he can shoot the 3 with ease from pretty deep as well. So I'm thinking, man, is this dude as good as Westbrook? And then I watched LeBron put the clamps on him. I go, nah, he's not as good as Westbrook. He's good.
Man, he's real good.
He's real good.
Real good.
Yeah.
He's real good.
He's
And
good.
LeBron is you know what he's saying? He's saying, look, there is nothing I can do to change some folks' minds. They don't want to hear it. It's okay. I'm just going to do what I do, and that is get to the finals.
Right.
10 years.
It would have been
10 years.
It could have possibly been 11.
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like 10 years, and my man's not slowing down.
No.
If Anthony Davis stays, okay,
oh,
and they have some expiring, they're gonna have enough money to bring in another one.
yeah.
And the fact is, this isn't a one and done. See, there's some of these teams, man, where the window is closing. You know, Houston, that window's closing. You know, Harden may not even stick around now. The Lakers have time. And I tell you what, the king of LA, what'd they say? What'd you say about Kawhi last week? You know, how can you be the king of LA wearing New Balance?
You can't.
I mean, no disrespect,
Just
no
can't.
disrespect to New Balance.
Look at
Okay,
Jeff. Look at Jeff. You didn't hear that line, did you, Jeff? Well, I was
no
on my
disrespect
game.
to New Balance.
That's right.
New Balance makes a great product.
That's
But
right.
you can't be the king of LA when
No.
the king of LA is wearing bronze.
No, can't do it. Let me tell you something, man. There's some expiring, right? I'm already projecting to next year, and I watch how LeBron moves, and I watched the after game little ceremony, and after they were finished, they had kept the cameras running. Did you see who he was talking to, having a real up close and personal conversation with?
I did not.
He has an expiring contract. He'll be a free agent. Jeremy Grant. The activity he showed.
I did see that.
The activity he showed the last 2-3 games. I mean, he's really active, right? And LeBron loves that kind of guy.
Yeah.
That guy's going to rebound.
You know, I do. I think I did see that, and
Yeah.
I think that LeBron's going to take a little bit of an issue with the camera people. Man, they're not supposed to be just centering on that. That is tampering. Don't get me on the camera recruiting.
I'm just saying.
Right after the game.
Don't be surprised if he shows up.
Conversation.
Yeah.
Extended conversation.
Yeah.
It was one of these.
It was animated too, right? So
Right.
he's like, you know what? Keep doing what
If
you're
you come
doing.
here-
Yeah, we'll work out in the summer. We'll get together. You can come here because we're going to move on from Kuzma. You can come replace Kuzma. We like what you're doing. He's 6'8", man. He's long. He defends well. He rebounds. He can get a bucket if he needs to. You know where he played college ball at, right? Let's go Orange.
Okay.
Syracuse, maybe. Yeah. But yeah, don't be
Nah,
surprised.
Yeah. So the NBA is winding down, but I think we're going to get a fun series to watch.
Yeah.
Regardless who makes it out of the East. Boston. Boston is the better team, really, when you look at the collection of talent.
Yeah.
But Miami, they will not go easy.
They're playing with
They
a
will
chip
not
on
go
their
easy.
shoulder.
What's that?
They said they got a little chip on their shoulder.
They got a big chip on their shoulder because everybody, talks about how good they're not, right?
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler, how he's a second-rate star. He's not really upper echelon. Now, I did see him airball that little turnaround from inside the free throw line the other day, and I said, "Ooh, that's the star." But it happens to everybody. It happens to everybody.
It does.
It happens to everybody.
Can't throw for airball, boy. He go, ooh, that's the star.
Man. And that's his spot.
That's
your
spot. Yeah.
But no, so I'm interested to see, man. But go Lakers, go purple and gold.
Yeah.
Hopefully, this is what we're gonna see for a few more years to come, and LeBron can pass that torch on to Anthony Davis, because that man is sweet as well, and it's like he can turn it on and dominate at any time. It's almost like people talk about LeBron is kind of allowing him to do things and step away. I see Anthony Davis backing down a little bit and letting LeBron, when he sees LeBron getting in a groove, man, he just lets LeBron do his thing.
Yeah.
Get out of his way.
Man. Like LeBron said, man, they said to bring it home. He brought it home.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So fun to watch, man. But man, I'm so glad football's back, man. I'm so glad football's back. I'm watching SportsCenter just for the top 10 plays.
Hey.
And
we can't. Let's talk about. I mean, football's back, right? College football is back, and now we're starting. We got SEC play yesterday.
yes.
And let me tell you something about the defending national champs.
Oof.
When you graduate so much,
Mm-hmm.
and you have so many opt out because of the pandemic, it is hard to just roll out of bed and think it's going to get done. That quarterback is not ready. He's not. He's just. I don't know. Well, first off, he's not Joe Burrow.
Well, right.
There's a huge drop off, right? But the indecisiveness. I mean, he'd get back there and get to patting that ball, and I don't know if it's because the receivers weren't getting open, the coverage was so good, or it's just he just didn't want to pull the trigger. I don't know what was going on. And then he would get hot, and then it would just be he'd be patting that ball and getting it. It was bad. And then defensively, that's the worst I've seen LSU defensively in a long time. To where they got out schemed. They would go one, single high cover one, and then you know Mississippi State's running a bunch of crossers, right? So then they come out and they go two. We're gonna stop all that. Well, now they're running corner routes on them.
Well, and let's be honest, man. You know, Mike Leach brings a style of play with that air raid offense.
Oh yeah.
That the SEC hasn't really seen yet.
And then you add in the fact that you got a dude that came out of Stanford running that pro style, so he's comfortable standing in the pocket. But he's coming out of Stanford. He played 2 or 3 years there, and then you give him this guy who's going to let you throw it all over the place.
All over the place
with SEC, not Stanford talent, SEC type talent at wide receiver and tight end and running back. That's a difference. They might go on a run, dog.
I agree. So the SEC's back. Big Ten will be back here in a couple weeks.
You ready, Jeff? You ready for that?
Yeah, we'll be ready.
He did not sound very confident. We don't play until December, Jeff.
Oh,
look,
we don't play until
ruin
December.
Your Christmas.
Here's one thing I have to concede is the fact that last 13 years there's been nothing for me to stand on. That's just facts.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna let it ride until we.
That was the point. Okay.
Say. Okay, I thought we were gonna go into some kind of deep philosophical response here. Hey, they've been kicking our tail. Hold on, they've been kicking our for 13 years, and I ain't got nothing else to say about it.
Just keep it straight. Look, it's just facts.
These are facts. And I'll tell you what, we got room. We got room for another loyal fan. When you get tired of it, and you want to start getting some victories, believe me, we got room.
Yeah, no, I'll I think the only way that would ever happen is that if Cam ended up going there, man. So if that turned into a reality, I will root for him for 11, 12 games out of the season, or 11 games of the season.
I thought you said you need Cam to come to Michigan so you can beat Ohio State.
Hey, I'll take that too. Look,
Coach Harbaugh, recruit Cam.
We need a quarterback that can move, that can play the game, and other than just a straight drop back, let me throw the ball to everybody but our receivers.
Man.
But hey, Shea was a slight upgrade, but man, we haven't had strong quarterback play in some time. So
listen, man, just understand this. We're not going to make you talk about this every time you come on the podcast. Because I understand, like, I don't know. Well, listen, we're not going to do that, man. We're not gonna do that. We want this to be an enjoyable experience for everybody involved, and I can hear it in your voice right now.
Was it?
No, but I'm curious to see how the Big Ten looks, though. I mean, the 8-game season.
Was it quivering, Jeff?
It should be good, though. It should be good. It'll be interesting to see how they come out because no one's going to have those warm-up games to play. We're coming straight in the heat of conference play right in the beginning of it. So it'll be interesting. You don't get a chance to knock out those kinks early on.
No.
And you got to
ready to go. That's right.
Ready to go around. So it'll be interesting.
You saw that. You saw that with Notre Dame when they played Duke. and they were like a 3-touchdown favorite, and it was closer than it should have been. And they were just, I came on here and said, man, they're terrible. And then they played the next week, and they looked a lot better. So you got to get some of those cupcakes in there. But, it's going to take a week to warm up. So,
that's true.
And if it takes that long to warm up, if it takes a week for some teams, it's going to be a wrap.
Yeah.
Only 8 games, it's going to be hard to kind of bounce back if the right team get on the roll.
That's right. That's right. So we'll see. We'll see once everybody's in action. And it's a race to December.
I can hear it in your voice. Did your voice quiver or anything? I didn't notice that. Was it like,
no, man, my voice didn't quiver.
Was it like, it's been 13 years? Was it like that? I didn't hear anything in there.
Man, it was just straight fact.
He's just making stuff up.
We ain't had nothing to say other than ouch.
He's just making stuff up. I get it.
Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it. So we haven't lost to y'all since I've been married. Those 13 long years.
Damn, Jeff.
Probably the best thing to happen to you then.
Not the best. Because you get used to the marriage or the games.
The marriage. I'm talking about the marriage,
yes,
bro.
The marriage, yes. Because the games, you get used to that for a couple of years, man. I was used to that.
I was like, Jeff, you're gonna get a call from Casey.
Correct myself on that one real quick.
You'll get a call from his wife in a minute. What you mean? Football's best thing to happen to him.
Right. If you see me exit real quick and my screen go blank, that's why. That is why.
Ooh.
Man, it's good to be back on. So what else? What else is going on, man? We got a presidential debate in 2 days. Presidential debate. I'll be honest, I have zero interest in watching it. It's not that I'm apathetic when it comes to our country and the direction, things like that. It's just I'm exhausted.
I saw the commercial, right? I've seen 3 commercials, and I went, if you don't know who you're voting for yet, something is wrong.
Dude, but the problem is that some folks are so committed. Like, they'd rather endure what's going on. The fact that, like, you got people praising this guy over 200,000 deaths.
Yeah.
200,000 people have died of over a slow response of just saying that this stuff is going to disappear.
Yeah.
And you stand behind this man like
we are worst in the world. Our response and the results are worst in the world.
Yeah. I'm like you, Tone. I mean, I will probably try to stomach some of it. It's hard listening to him over exaggerate his accomplishments and listen to. I feel like it's going to be one of those things where he's not going to be much of a debate. It's going to be a matter of, let me see if I can shout you.
Not shout.
I'm not going to give you an opportunity to talk because I'm just going to keep talking.
It's going to be. It's not going to be out shout. It's going to be out insult, right?
I think I'm looking for the snide remarks and
right. So he can make a commercial.
Yeah, and I tell you, I have no interest in it. Here's the reality, man. People, and I know we don't get super political on here.
Yes, we do.
But the fact is, people that thought that it was a great idea just really hung on the fact that he's not a politician and drain the swamp and we need real change and da. Okay, and that's and I'll tell you what, that's admirable. That is man, that's ideal. Newsflash, he's a politician. He's as much a politician as anybody else. And so don't hang your hat on that. Okay. Right. We're going to see one career politician and one politician now that are going to be debating on Tuesday. And, at the end of the day, man, it is what it is. Nobody's tuning in to hear their stances on this, that, or the other. That's not what people are tuning in for a UFC style debate,
ding ding,
hurling of the insults and who can get the other one to crack first. That's what people are tuning in for.
Yeah,
let's just call it what it is. But I will say, and I haven't read super deep into it, but this new platinum plan for us.
Oh,
because this platinum plan is for Black Americans. Okay, that's what it is. Let me just say this. All politics aside, like Joe said, if you ain't voting for me, you ain't black. Okay? Here's the reality. If you feel like that is something that is for us for any other reason but your vote, you are grossly misled. This man has been in office for 3.5 years, and now he wants to put together a package for the blacks. How many days, Sean? How many days are we out?
I don't know.
About 50 days or so?
For the blacks.
We're under 40.
Man.
Okay, so we're about 40 days out from the election, and I now want to unveil something for you.
Uh-oh.
Here you go. You're welcome. Make sure you vote for me. That's what it is. If that's not insulting,
yeah,
I don't know what is. Period. Like, say what you want about whatever. I'm talking as a black folk to black folks. How in the world can you get behind that and be okay with that?
Yeah.
And that's all I got to say about that.
And the bigger thing too is that we have to recognize that it goes beyond just the presidential spot, right? We got the House positions that are open.
Yes.
We got Senate spots that are open.
Yes.
And it's like the whole reason why President Obama was not able to accomplish much of what he was trying to do is because he had an oppositional legislature.
That's right.
He had to fight against a Republican House and a Republican Senate, which did not allow Mitch McConnell. I did say Mitch. I didn't say the other word. Mitch. McConnell.
We appreciate that because Sean is slow on those buttons.
Well, there's no tape delay. There is no tape delay.
But you could substitute it. But either way, he was very much upfront. Like they weren't going to do anything. They weren't going to pass any bills for this man.
Yeah.
And so we need to recognize that it's not just the president that has the impact here. Even somehow or another, like this man has said that he's not leaving the house, man. Like he's not going to leave.
He said it just depends on the outcome. It depends on the outcome.
If he loses the election, he is not going to leave the White House.
Yes, he will.
It's just
look. Let me tell you something. There is no "I'm not leaving." This isn't North Korea where he'll have the military backing him, and then when the proper authorities that need to escort him out can't get in because the military's in there with him. That's not what's going to happen. He will be escorted out. I don't have any. That's all. That's just garbage to me. Noise in the air. That's just something else to talk about for him to get his base all fired up. Yeah, we like this guy because he's defying authority. Yeah, whatever. If he loses that election, because January 20th, his butt's he's coming up out of there. Whether it's in handcuffs or by the elbow, or you can go out on you want the stairs or the window. That's what they'll ask you. But look now. Hold on, Tone. Let's get to these facts here. I'm looking at this Trump plan for the coloreds, and one of them is to create 500,000 new black-owned businesses, 3 million new jobs for the black community, increase access to capital in black communities by $500 billion, though it's not clear where that funding will come from. Also calls for Congress to make Juneteenth a holiday, prioritize criminal justice reform, and to designate Antifa and the KKK as terrorist organizations, diversity training for law enforcement, even though the president has directed federal agencies to pause race-related trainings.
Because he's found them to be unconstitutional. Go ahead.
And
then opportunity zones.
And let's remember now, when he was running for office, he told the police to use whatever force they deemed necessary.
That's right. Don't be so gentle when you're putting their head in the car and you guide their head in. Just banging on the car is what he said, right?
Go ahead and hit it. Yeah.
And then it says his plan calls for greater activity in opportunity zones, a program established by the 2017 GOP tax plan that allows for tax breaks in low-income areas. Even though the New York Times reported last year the program generated a surge in developments financed by wealthy Americans and have accelerated gentrification. what
Okay,
what I want to say is real quick. These are all red herrings. This is all just to get your attention, make your eyes perk up. Oh, he might be doing stuff, right? And then look, and then it never comes to fruition. Everything that we know about this guy is he'll do whatever it takes to win. And if that means I lie to you now, and then later on I say, well, we're working on it, or I didn't exactly mean that, or the Congress is in the way, or the Democrats won't allow it to happen, or Pelosi or Schumer or whatever. These are all just talking points to get a percentage of vote. That's all this is.
Right. Yep. I hope Joe has his notes ready to tear that apart.
Joe, you watching?
Joe. Now, listen. I didn't major in math. Okay. And I didn't take a high math class my senior year because that just wasn't on the agenda. We were cruising through in some respects. Same. However, by my math, so for just over 1,400 days of your presidency, none of these things were important,
right,
to you.
All
of them were important to the Black community. But for 1,400 days, none of that made it onto your agenda.
1,400 days. You didn't care about colored people for 1,400
However,
days.
for my last 45 days in office,
yes,
I want to dangle the carrot.
There it is.
I need to capture, and it's almost like they sat in a room and he said, okay, with the whiteboard. Okay, let's jot it down. Let's brainstorm here. What do they want? What do they want? Sean, please read your first line item there. What do you want? Read your line item. What was your first line item?
Hold on. Hold on. I got a phone call and
that's a fine, but go ahead.
I got a phone call. There's someone on the phone and they want to talk and tell us.
I would like to confirm that these are the things that I heard while working in the White House. We need to find a way to get the Black vote.
And he just hung up real quick. He always calls me from a burner.
Right.
But he was saying that he's trying to find a way to get the Black vote. He heard that conversation in a vehicle with the president and other people that are associated with the staff. But line item 1.
Okay, so hold on. Let's okay. Let's brainstorm here.
Okay.
What's something they want? Sean, what's something they want?
What's something they want? They
want
the
folks. What's something the Black folks want? Sean, read your first line item.
The Blacks.
the colored people. Sean. Hold on. Create 500,000 new Black-owned businesses. 3 million new jobs for Black community.
All right. Write that down. Next one. What else do they want? What's something else we can give them?
Juneteenth.
We can offer them.
Yes, we can get a day off.
What's that?
Juneteenth.
Oh, hey, write it down. Offer them that. What else can we offer them?
We're going to designate Antifa and KKK as terrorist organizations.
Oh, they've been wanting that for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Mark that down. Okay, what else?
Diversity training for the cops.
I told them it was unconstitutional, but we ain't going to do it anyway. Just write it down. Go ahead. What else?
Opportunity zones so they can develop their own businesses. But we're going to let wealthy people do it.
Develop their own businesses. Okay. Anything else? Is there anything else we got to put in this thing?
There's more, but I'm sure.
All right. Here's the deal. Just, fill in the blanks, pretty it up. Listen, time is ticking. We only got like 45 more days.
That's right.
Let's get this thing out there. Let's capture the vote. I'm about to go debate Sleepy Joe. I'll bring it up, get a lot of claps. All of a sudden say, see, I'm for the Black people. I've done more for Black people than anybody else, any other president.
Let's colored friend over there. See my colored friend? I love my colored friend.
The 2 colored people that are behind me that we planted behind me so everybody can see them, and they're cheering for me every time I say something, no matter how stupid it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, enough of that because we're not doing a political show. However, this is so common sense that it's insulting on every level.
A slap in the face.
I hope that folks and listen, like you said, right about now everybody knows who they're voting for. It's just a matter of when they're voting, whether they're voting early, whether they're voting absentee, whether they're going and stand in line. Everybody knows who they're voting.
Right.
I'm very interested to see how it plays out. I hope that this doesn't sway otherwise logical people because they feel like it would be a great thing, because the reality of it is it wasn't important for 1,400 days.
Yeah. But what I hope more is that folks won't just sit back and say my vote don't matter.
Yes.
And don't go.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's like, and you know, you look at and some of the statistics that were out there, all the states where the number of people who just did not go vote were basically the difference in the results in 2016.
Right.
So, you know, like, so the bigger issue is not so much about not knowing where you're going to go, but just go do it. Just go vote.
Right.
And
one of the marvels
of
one of the marvels of the two elections, you know, President Obama's election and then re-election, was the fact that you didn't have as much voter apathy, right? I
Right.
mean, that was the thing, that they were able to get folks out and vote. Voter apathy kicked in again this last time, and so obviously the fear is voter apathy again. Listen, the reality of it is we live in a country with freedoms and the ability to vote and choose our leaders, choose our elected leaders. At the end of the day, vote your conscience, vote for what you think is best for this country. Ultimately, what the vote does then is it shows where we're at as a country. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So we're either at this point or we're at this point.
Right.
At the end of the day, we all still do have to take responsibility for ourselves and our actions and our families and how we treat others and the work that we put forth to make it better, regardless of who's sitting in the White House, regardless of who's sitting, in Congress, regardless of who's sitting on the Supreme Court. We all have to do our part, both at the booth, the voting booth, and beyond.
Yeah.
Period.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And that's what it comes down to.
That's right.
Yeah.
We need to develop a history of consistency. Right. We get all amped up for certain officials or people who are running, and then the turnout is really big, right? But we don't then in turn, when that, because adults knew or know that the president needs that support in the legislature, right? In order to get things done, we spent 8 years, well, not all 8, but most of that 8 years tussling, trying to get things through, and it just wasn't happening. But that's because at the lower levels we weren't voting, and those are the big ones. Those are the ones that get the support that the president needs. But it's also your local judges and other officials and other issues, and where your money goes in your city, and how things are developed, and all those things are just as important. We need to develop a habit of consistency when it comes to going to the poll, and being informed before you get there.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. Sean, how we running on time, man?
12 minutes, son.
12 minutes left. All right. So let's go on to the latest episode. Unless you guys have anything else to say on the politics.
No.
I'm sure we will next week after the debate has happened.
Well, like I said last week, at the bottom of the scroll, it says register to vote today at rockthevote.org.
Register to
go
vote.
Register and get educated and go vote.
Yes. So what are we got a guest. We got another special guest.
Hi.
In the house. Who is this?
What's her name?
Well, hello there.
Hi.
Oh.
Hi, how are you? I love your glasses.
Thank you.
You're welcome. They match your
hair ties. You're so pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, ponytails. Oh, so pretty.
My favorite color.
Okay. All right. I like that. Daddy's doing a good job. Daddy, this is intervention for Daddy when it comes to his college football team. He's doing a great job. He's come a long way. All right.
I love it.
So what are you watching these days, Jeff? Any new shows, man? You guys are watching?
Oh no, man! You know what? I was talking about the fact that I really still need to catch up on Power. I have yet to get into that.
For shame.
I know, right? And then Haven't really jumped into much TV, man. These last couple of weeks have been really focused on this doctoral stuff. My research
Do your
design
thing, man.
teacher told me I needed to refocus, and it helped. So I gotta be back on track, and I think I have a better idea of where I'm gonna take the study. So I think I might be able to watch a little bit more TV this week. So I might be able
Dr. Jeffrey Cook. That's what's
So
up.
you have to write.
But-
You have to write a paper.
Well, the class I'm in now essentially will be chapter 2 of my dissertation.
Okay.
So,
And
what she
what's
said to
are
me
you
was
going to
this.
share what your dissertation's about or what?
I maybe a little bit later.
Okay. Okay.
But
Not
basically,
to
I
put you on
would say
the
this.
spot.
What I am looking at though, so there's an idea of personalized learning, and personalized learning is really not much more different than what we do. It's just repackaged, but there are a whole lot of different definitions out there of what personalized learning is.
Okay.
So my dissertation is really looking at the idea of how do you effectively implement something that is not really clearly defined, and how that looks along systems. So systems meaning looking at a large metropolitan school district that has an average class size of 35, 37 students. How do you personalize learning in that type of environment versus a suburban district that may only have 20 kids in it?
Gotcha.
So it looks different. And so really looking at how do you clear the definition of what it is up, and then how do you how are you able to really apply it to where it's effective for all? So that's kind of the direction I'm going.
Look at Jeff.
We'll see. Like
Look at Jeff making stuff up. Just
but look,
out of the
what's
blue.
crazy, though? What she said to me though that made me just kind of go, okay. She was like, you need to stop thinking about things like from your role and think about things as if your name is Dr. Cooks, because that's what you're trying to become. And I was just kind of like, thank you. And again, it's one of those things where like with Tony here, as far as talking about Michigan and Ohio State, I had nothing else to say. I was just like, all right.
Right. Well, you know what that tells me is you're never too old. You're never too old to get critiqued, to be pushed, to be better. And it's okay. It's okay to go on and take that critique and develop yourself and get better, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's
what's up.
You have to take that approach.
I will not call you Dr. Cooks though. You're gonna be.
You don't say it at least once. You don't have to, just one time, man. You just have to say, "What up, Dr. Cooks?" You know that type of thing.
Jeffrey Cook.
You're gonna be
Doctor.
That's what's up.
all them beeps.
Yeah, I got doctor for you. Congratulations.
Sean, what you watching? What you watching, man? What you binge watching right now?
I don't know what we're watching. What are we watching? Eva, what are we watching? You know? Power. We're watching Power.
Right, okay.
Some of our shows have winded down.
Yeah.
We're still watching Lovecraft Country. We're watching that. It's freaky, man. It's weird. But
It is weird.
It's weird, right? But it's new and it's different. So nothing special though, man. I'm waiting on Chicago PD so I can see what my man Atwater's up to.
Oh, we're waiting on Chicago PD.
Oh
to come
yeah,
back.
well, we did watch Cobra Kai.
Oh, that's right. I remember you saying that.
That is not for the kids. So Braylon and Jeff, you and yours, they can't watch that.
Okay. Thank you for the disclaimer.
But it's really good.
Appreciate that.
Yes.
So yes, we're waiting on Chicago PD as well.
Yeah.
That's the one that my son and I watch religiously together. As a family, we decided to go back and watch for the first time Chicago Fire. And I will tell you, we're still on season 1, but it's a winner. It's a winner.
He's all late.
And I know, there's 7 seasons in as well.
7 years in, and he's talking about it's a winner. No, duh.
We can't wait to get back to watching it. We can't watch just one episode.
Right.
We have to watch 2.
Right.
And then my son gets all disappointed because he wants to watch another one. And we're loving it. But just kind of the crossovers that they have with the PD folks and with Hank Voight. Hank Voight's, he's in a couple of the series, the episodes, and it just gives kind of the backstory there of him getting in trouble. And I can't say much more, but I'm loving it. We're loving it. So we're watching that right now. Go ahead, Jeff.
There's another Chicago spinoff to that, though, right?
Chicago Med.
Yeah, Yeah. So
Yeah, we haven't watched that one yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
they're
there
all three
was a 1 year spinoff that they did too, and it only lasted for a year, and I can't remember what it's called. Chicago Justice, I think that's what it was. It
I
it
think
was
they
only
did
1 year,
Hmm.
but no, we're on fire now, and we'll probably come back and watch the Med at some point. But it's just I'm telling you, Sean, for the reasons you like PD
Yeah.
will be the reasons you like Fire. It's that type of show.
Right.
And it just so many different things going on, storylines. I love it. But that's what we're watching right now.
Gonna
But you
move
know
to
what? From a
Chicago.
time standpoint, for everything Chicago, from a time standpoint, man, there is so much going on right now. It's hard to find the time to binge watch anything. And I'm not a big TV guy because of that. But you got to find time, man, just to kick back and relax.
Yeah.
Take your mind off of other things. And that's one of the reasons why we do this podcast.
That's right.
Is to talk about just things, just get you away from the norm for a little bit. Hopefully something we talk about is of interest. And if not, you just hear 2 or 3 guys clowning for an hour. And hopefully that softens whatever you're going through and gets you ready for the week. So
That's right. And hey, Eva said her specialty are all the wives that kill their husband shows. I'm kidding. That's not what it is. It's those shows. It's the Datelines, the 2020s. The ID shows where those are the worst. Like when it's who did it? Well, it's your husband who's the one who did it, or your wife is the one who did it. So she's big on those Datelines and all those mystery 2-hour mysteries.
You know the
She
thing
loves
I don't
those.
like about the Dateline shows though?
What?
Is you always know in the beginning who did it.
No, you don't.
Like, oh yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Like you always know. And then they take you on this road.
Yeah.
And it could be different, but no, he did it. And then it comes back to he did it.
Yeah.
That's what I see in those shows. Now, I enjoy watching them because they get into such they give you the twists.
Yeah.
But it usually comes back to where you thought.
Well, it's because the overwhelming percentage of the time when someone's spouse winds up dead, it's the spouse who did it.
Right.
That's why the cops go to that spouse first. Okay, where's your husband at then? Where were you at? Did you go to work? Let me check with your boss. Yeah, he did it. But they go into that detail. It's real granular. I mean, I like Dateline. I love Dateline.
Casey likes that a lot.
Yeah, it's a good show, man.
So we get to watch that sometimes Friday night, right? Friday night, like 9 or 10 o'clock.
I DVR that joint.
Yeah. We don't have the DVR, man. We're coming to an end.
Let's keep going. Keep going.
We don't have to keep going, man.
Oh, well, don't be sad when I turn the music on.
Where's my music? All right. Hey, thanks everybody for joining us. Once again, the Getaway Podcast with Tony and Sean, and our special guest, soon-to-be Dr. Jeffrey Cooks. Thanks for joining us again, Jeff.
Yeah.
We love having you on the show. We're going to make sure we go late in the afternoon so you can do the church thing and then join us. And then you can kind of help us and mentor us too, because we are just 2 heathens on the podcast.
Whoa.
Nice heathens, good heathens, quality heathens.
Hey Jeff, Tony wanted me to do this for you. Sad. I'm sorry, but he wanted me to do that for
you. It sounds like we're just rooting for our Indians. I'm all right with that.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great week.
Have a great week. Hey, the Getaway Podcast with Tony and Sean. Hey, go out and like, share, comment, subscribe to the YouTube page so we can get the numbers up. We appreciate you for listening and watching. Have a great week.
All that.